Hello and welcome to the 24th annual Barkin Ball, a virtual fundraiser for New Mexico's homeless animals. Today is a very special day, Giving Tuesday. It's a global day of giving, but it's also your chance to directly support something that you really do care about. I'm Mariah Kerdar, and I'm here today as your host of Barkin Ball. But I'm also here today because I believe in the Santa Fe Animal Shelter's mission to support animals, save lives, and spread compassion. As we navigate a year unlike any other, our lives have been disrupted. We've experienced the unexpected loss, and our nation has faced great challenges. And while we go forward into an ever-changing future, many of us are lucky enough to share that journey with companions. I'm talking about our greatest companions ever, the animals that fill our homes with love and laughter. For all that they bring into our lives, our pets ask very little of us. They do ask us to slow down, be in the moment with them, and become the best versions of ourselves. Today, on this global day of giving, we're asking you to be the best version of yourself by donating what you can to help save the lives of homeless animals in New Mexico. And today only, your donations will be doubled up to $55,000. We're asking you to honor the bond you have with your own pets by taking action for those that have yet to meet their special people. Their future is in your hands. Will you give the gift of a brighter future to the thousands of abandoned and homeless animals in northern New Mexico and beyond?
Inside the Santa Fe Animal Shelter is incredible bravery, fights for survival, fierce strength. As their guardians, we see it every day. Through heartbreaking injustice, we continue to fight for them. In 2019, we celebrated 8 decades of mending broken hearts, battered bodies, and fractured bones. It's because of you that there is a place for the broken. Without you, there would be no shelter, no second chances. They need you to be their advocate, to fight for their right to joy, freedom, health, family, and love. Today, tomorrow, and always, we will fight for them. Will you?
Hello everyone, I'm Royal Day, anchor for KOAT's More in the Morning newscast. We work tirelessly to bring you the stories that impact you, your family, and the community you call home, no matter where you live in New Mexico. And sometimes those stories involve animals that do brave things like finding a lost hiker in the woods or aiding our first responders in an emergency. But sometimes we report stories on animals getting abused, abandoned, or neglected. Animal shelters do incredible work taking in these hurt animals, treating their wounds, rehabilitating them, and ultimately finding them forever homes. And now those animal shelters need your help. All across the country, they've suffered a loss of critical funding as they navigate this ongoing pandemic. As northern New Mexico's largest open admission, no-kill animal shelter, the Santa Fe Animal Shelter treats thousands of hurt and homeless animals in our state every year, and they rely 100% on private donations and grants to continue their work. The shelter's average cost of caring for a single homeless animal from the time they enter the facility until they are adopted is about $650. But for some, that number can be more than several $1,000s. On this Giving Tuesday, we ask that you please consider supporting the shelter's important work with a donation of whatever you can afford. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.
Royal, thank you so much for being here with us for this year's virtual ball. Every year, the Santa Fe Animal Shelter welcomes donors and supporters to Barkin Ball, our largest fundraising event of the year. This event alone has an enormous impact on the animals in our care. Under normal circumstances, we would be wining and dining with all of you and your furry companions during an evening of music, food, and fun to raise the necessary funds to remain an open admission, no-kill shelter. And while things might look a little different this year, nothing, not even the pandemic, will stand in the way of our life-saving work. Our companion animals mean so much to us, especially this year. You don't believe me? Let's check in with one of our friends of the shelter, starting with our very own mayor, Mayor Alan Weber, and his partner Francis. What do animals mean to you?
Alan comes home at night, falls in the doggy bed, and stays there for at least 15 minutes while they pile on top of him.
Dogs are pure joy. Dogs are love. It's the year of COVID-19, but it's also the year of dog love and animal love and kitty love. And the animal shelter does it better than anybody. We know it. We love them. We need them. We support them. And these guys say thank you too. Because all dogs are the best people on earth. And people are better because of dogs, and we're all better because of the animal shelter.
Thanks, Mayor Weber and Francis. You know, this past year has been very difficult for many, including our hometown shelter. We had to close our resale stores as well as our spay and neuter wellness clinic, and we had to cancel all of our in-person fundraisers. Equally impactful, the Thaw Animal Hospital was only permitted to accept emergency cases for several months. All of these operational elements are a steady source of revenue for us, and they were all just wiped out. So your donation today is critical to the animals in northern New Mexico and beyond. So right now, let's check in with another friend of the shelter. She's an Academy Award winner and a serious shelter supporter.
Hi, I'm Shirley McLean, and I support more than support. I live for the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. You should too, if you're in Santa Fe. We'll give it a shot no matter where you are. Okay, much love, everybody.
Thanks, Shirley. We love you. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to share with you why your support is necessary now more than ever. And what you contribute today will go a long way, especially since your donations are being matched dollar for dollar. So $10 becomes $20, $1,000 becomes $2,000, all the way up to $55,000. It's so easy to donate. Right now, pick up your mobile phone and create a new text message. In the phone number, type in 26989, then type the word LOVE. We'll send you a link to make a donation. It's good anytime, 24/7, so type the word LOVE to 26989. Or you can go directly to our website at sfhumanesociety.org. Or you can mail us a check addressed to 100 Caja del Rio, Santa Fe, New Mexico, 87507. No matter how much you give or how you give, every animal in need will thank you. So right now I want to slip on my mask and invite in Dr. Jennifer Steckety. She's our executive director, and she's been part of the shelter for almost a decade. So tell us, Jennifer, as an essential business, what things have we had to change in order to serve our community?
There's no way around it. These have been some trying times for us. We had to very quickly develop safety protocols and follow business restrictions, all while staying open as an essential service to serve our community and continue to save lives of animals.
So you were once our medical director. So what is the shelter's #1 need right now in the clinic?
So medical supplies in general are a huge part of our expenses. And one of the things that we need right now are 2 new IV pumps. We use IV pumps on our most critical patients, and the 2 units that we have are just worn out, and we've repaired them several times, but we need replacements. They cost about $1,000 each, and so right now with the matching donor, if 2 people gave $500, they would get us this life-saving equipment.
But that's only for today.
You're right. That's today, and tomorrow it will be something else. When we serve thousands of animals each year, there are always going to be things that we need. Our community has come to expect us to perform miracles every day, and we want to continue doing that.
Speaking about miracles, you've adopted an animal from here, so tell us about that.
Sure, of course all my animals are rescue. One of my dogs, Chupa, came through our behavior program. She came to the shelter several years ago as an absolutely terrified dog, very afraid of people. And with patient, persistent work, she's really come out of her shell. And she's the happiest dog now. She wags her tail a mile a minute every morning. And she's the light of my life. And I'm just so grateful to the Santa Fe Animal Shelter for saving her for me.
Well, we thank you, Jennifer, for everything that you do for the animals in need, the staff, the volunteers, so thank you for your service.
Thank you, Murad.
Just like Chupa, medical care is not the only way that we mend past trauma. Chupa didn't have any medical needs, but she did have behavioral needs. Our behavior program saves the lives of animals damaged in less visible ways. I'd like to take a moment right now and check in with a friend of the shelter who adopted Scout, a dog that graduated from our behavior program.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hatfield, and I live here in Santa Fe. I'm a musician and a voice and guitar teacher, and I adopted Scout from the Santa Fe Animal Shelter about 5 years ago. She was extremely shy and had been wild, and through the wonderful guidance of the animal behaviorists over at the Santa Fe Animal Shelter, she became an incredible companion who hikes with me pretty much every day here in Santa Fe and camps with me all over the country.
From physical to mental ailments, a lot goes into rehabilitating animals and helping them become more whole both inside and out. Madeline is one such pup who was unlucky enough to need help both mentally and physically, but lucky enough to get just what she needed here at the Santa Fe Animal Shelter.
Every dog is just like a person, different personalities, different traumas and things that they go through take different amounts of time.
Maybe she was either in a fight or attacked by something. Whatever she ran into, they meant some business.
When she first came in, they put a cast on her, so she was down in the clinic for a little bit. She was showing those signals of low affiliation with people, backing away, alert barking, kind of not coming forward. We wanted to kind of get working on her right away so we didn't waste any time.
Today we're going to go work with Madeline. We're going to see how she is with behavior because we haven't been able to do much with her because of her medical problems. So I'm definitely not going to try to push her too far today.
Who are you meeting today?
Madeline.
We are about to go and do Madeline's training session.
So we're working with Madeline. Right now we're in the adoptions building. We're gonna go into the lobby, see if Madeline can go say hi to some people. Good job, baby girl. What we're able to do at this shelter is phenomenal. So many dogs, they do need that quiet place. They do need that extra attention. You wanna say hi? You want to go ahead and put your hand out, see if she wants to say hi to you? We're working on some training. She's a little shy. I feel like, you know, they deserve that chance. If you were down in the dumps and everyone just said that person's not worth it, would you want somebody to give up on you?
Every year, approximately 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized in the United States. Due to a lack of funding, animals like Madeline with medical or behavior issues are less likely to survive. But we're happy to report that because of supporters just like you, this shelter was able to find Madeline, now Sammy, a forever home. Right now, let's take a break and check in with Lee Asher, another friend of the shelter, who is a true animal advocate who travels the country saving animals across the way.
I've probably visited a couple hundred different shelters, and one shelter that has stuck out to me so much is the Santa Fe Animal Shelter in New Mexico. And I just cannot tell you the importance of giving back. Their lives are truly in your hands. And if you're thinking of an organization or a shelter or a rescue to give back to, please consider the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. They are one of my favorites. When I went to visit them, by the way, I've already visited them about 3 different times. They're just so amazing. They truly love animals, and just an amazing group of people and a great organization. So thank you so much, and all the best.
Thanks, Lee. We've loved having you here in Santa Fe. You know, second chances are what we offer here at the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. No matter the animal's condition, medical issue, behavior issue, or if they were just not the right fit for a family, we strive to surround them with the love and support that they need for a better future. 5 years ago, we opened up Roddy's Rehab Center, where we now help dogs and sometimes cats who have behavior issues. With a team of professional trainers, those animals who were once deemed unadoptable will now get a second chance in life. So right now, let's go up to Roddy's Rehab Center, where we'll be joined by trainer Donna, who you might recognize from Training Tip Tuesday. Hi, Donna. Looks like you're all ready for Barkin Ball.
Hey, Murad. Yes, I'm dressed to impress and super excited to be here at this year's virtual ball. As you mentioned, I'm inside Roddy's Rehab Center, where 1 out of every 5 animals who enters the shelter will make a pit stop before heading to adoption. Just like people, animals can experience many emotions. They can experience fear and anxiety, but they can also experience those feel-good emotions such as confidence, happiness, and love. When an animal first arrives, it's our job in the behavior department to meet them where they're at mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally. Then we formulate a plan for each and every one of them so that they leave our rehab center better and more whole than when they first arrived. Right now, the behavior department needs your help to continue our life-saving work. Donate $350 today, and not only will your donation be matched, you'll also be funding an entire month of high-value treats that will help our most fearful and under-socialized animals learn how to trust again. Animals just like Madeline.
Well, thanks, Donna. We truly are lucky to have a department that's dedicated to giving animals a happy and fulfilling life. And we're sure people appreciate you guys when they bring home a shelter pup who already knows how to sit and shake. Now I want to bring in someone who you might recognize that also has many rescue animals, including dogs, donkeys, and goats. Musician and songwriter, Elle King.
As someone who has 3 rescue dogs, it's true when they say that we didn't rescue them, they rescued us. So I know that this year has been so hard on everyone, but if anyone has the ability to give or share, our animals always need us. So if you have the time or something extra to donate to the Santa Fe Animal Shelter, it would be greatly appreciated, and I hope you know that any penny goes a long way. The future's in our hands, so that we can love these guys with their hooves and their paws. Thanks.
Thanks, Elle. Your donations today will go a long way, and because this shelter does not receive any direct federal or state funding, meaning your tax dollars, we rely on you to save the thousands of lives each and every year. Their future is truly in your hands. Because of your support, thousands of homeless animals will find their people and a place to belong. One of these animals that you helped save was Willoughby. Willoughby came to us from a hoarding case. His little body was covered in matted fur, his nails overgrown. And underneath his matted fur, we found all the typical signs of neglect, abrasions, bruising, missing teeth, and the list went on. While it was a sad sight to see, we were so happy to be able to heal what had been broken in little Willoughby. He was quickly adopted and is actually now part of a very special family. Karen Shiozaki, our board president, is standing by with little Willoughby at one of our resale stores, the Cat Santa Fe off of Zaffarano. How are you both?
Hey, we're doing great, Murad, thanks. Our fur babies add such happiness to our lives. And since the start of the pandemic, they've provided much needed comfort and a sense of grounding when we felt low. I can personally attest to that. Willoughby here has brought me so much joy since I adopted him. I wanted to be here today at the Cat Santa Fe, one of our 2 resale stores. These stores are an incredibly important source of revenue for the shelter. Just last year, they brought in enough money to save over 1,700 animals. That is no small amount. But when the pandemic restrictions took place in March, we were forced to close both stores, missing out on a lot of that life-saving revenue. While the Cat has been able to resume operations recently, we've fallen way short of the money that we normally would have made to support the animals in need. As we enter the next phase of the pandemic, we need your continued support more than ever. The needs of homeless animals persist regardless of what's happening in our world. So please, give what you can today, because these animals are worth the investment. My heartfelt thanks to all of you. Now I'd like to share with you one story from this year, a shining example of what your donations can make happen. In early 2020, Corazon, a little puppy, came to us with a huge heart defect. If we hadn't taken action, Cora's life would have been cut unnecessarily short. So let's take a look and see how this amazing shelter performed nothing short of a miracle.
We take in animals that have broken hearts because they've been, they've lost their people, they've been abandoned, they've been injured. We give them our love and we help heal their hearts. In this case, we literally will have her heart in our hands.
They call it a machinery type murmur, or it sounds like a washing machine, and that what we're hearing is the turbulent blood flow that causes a loud change in the way that the heart sounds, and eventually will lead to heart failure. We have to be brave and go forward with this very high-risk surgery, which there's a significant chance of death during this surgery, in the hopes that if we can close it and the surgery is a success, she could go on to have a normal lifespan. Dr. Snook did the surgery portion of the procedure today, and I handled the anesthesia.
It was a lot bigger than we anticipated. It was a pretty large defect. Dr. Jensen did a good job on anesthesia, and little puppy's in recovery now. So it was amazing as we tightened the ligature over the ductus. You could, the murmur just disappeared. It just kind of, sound just went away. So that was pretty neat.
Hi, sweetheart.
We got a special instrument that we needed. We had a volunteer get us some silk suture that we don't have access to. It was really kind of a community effort on this dog. It was really pretty good. It was nice, and I think the dog will do well.
Come here right now. Come here right now. Oh, little little
You fixed a broken heart today.
I did. Yeah, we all did. Yeah, we all fixed it. The shelter fixed a broken heart. That's a good way to put it.
Stories like this, successes like Corazon's, are a direct result of your donations. This is what your money does when you give to the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. Cora was adopted by a family out of Albuquerque, and from what we've heard, she is living her best life ever. Right now, let's check in with a friend of the shelter. You know her from the big screen, but she's also a true animal advocate, Allie McGraw.
Giving Tuesday is a day in which all of us can give whatever we can, even if it's a little bit or if it's miraculously a lot, to keep this astonishing animal shelter together. I would hazard a guess that Santa Fe has the most extraordinary animal shelter and humane society facility that there is in the United States. And we no longer are having any animal put down who isn't desperately, incurably ill. It's an astonishing facility. If you haven't been there, you've got to go see it. And I'm asking you and everyone like myself to please give. to the Santa Fe Animal Shelter and Humane Society. And while you're at it, think about rescuing a little creature who's been waiting his whole life to be your best friend, of which I have quite a few. Thank you so much, and may we all work together in this town with all the things that we care about, which makes Santa Fe such a special place to live, to give and help balance this unbelievably difficult time financially until we go out to the other side and the sun comes up again. Thank you, and have a wonderful holiday.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate your support. Up next, we want to share with you a short but sweet story that really took off when this photo of our very own Dr. Snook, photographed here with one of his rather adorable patients, went viral. Find out what we found inside this pup and how that finding ended up saving his life.
The admissions building got a call that there was a man with a sick dog. Honey was pretty sick. She'd been vomiting for a week and inappetence. She hadn't eaten anything for a week, couldn't keep water down. So we went ahead and proceeded to try to diagnose what was wrong with the dog. We saw big gas patterns, and then the telltale was we palpated and you could feel that it was right there. You could feel a mass in the abdomen that wasn't supposed to be there. When we opened Honey up, we suspected a foreign body, and sure enough, there was one in the ilium. We removed Honey's foreign body, sutured her up, closed up her tummy, and now she's going to stay here for supportive care for a few days. There was a little stuffed bear is what it looks like. I think Honey's parents or her owners or whatever had some toys laying around the house, wasn't aware that she'd ingested it, and went so far and it couldn't go any further.
You got a little nose on it.
My hope is tomorrow she'll be eaten, no vomiting, and just continues to improve. In 2 weeks we take her skin sutures out, she's good to go. Just keep her away from foreign bodies.
Hi, I'm KOAT7 meteorologist Byron Morton, and you're probably wondering why I am talking about these cool animals like this pretty cat here with the blue and yellow eye, and this awesome pup here as well. Well, animals have been a part of my life since I was a child, and more recently, over the past 20 years here at KOAT7, I've been showcasing animals from many animal shelters around New Mexico for my Pet of the Week segment, and they really make us smile. There are best furry friends and there are forever friends, and I can't tell you how much I love to see the smiles on people's faces when they adopt new animals. And we've got this great event going on with the Giving Tuesday on December 1st, and I know that the Santa Fe Animal Shelter is super excited about it, and I am grateful to be a part of this video to help let everybody know how important it is to help out in any way you can, donating to make sure that these cute little faces are able to continue to get homes. And since 1939, the Santa Fe Animal Shelter has been dedicated to its mission to support animals, save lives, spread compassion. And in fact, the Santa Fe Animal Shelter is northern New Mexico's largest open admission, no-kill shelter. So when you see these cute little faces, just remember their future is in your hands.
That was Byron Morton, our favorite meteorologist at KOAT TV. Thanks, Byron. We really appreciate your support. We'd like to now thank all of you for tuning in to the 24th annual Barkin Ball and spending your Giving Tuesday with us. As you know, Giving Tuesday is a global movement of generosity that unleashes the power of people and organizations to enact real change in their communities. This year, COVID-19 has been incredibly detrimental to businesses and organizations across the country, including right here in Santa Fe. As northern New Mexico's largest open admission no-kill shelter, we need your help today to ensure that the injured, neglected, and homeless animals in Santa Fe receive the care, love, and support that they deserve. Their future hangs in the balance in these uncertain times. Today, you have the power and the opportunity to make a huge difference in their lives. Thanks to 2 donors, your donations will be matched up to $55,000, doubling your contribution today. So go to your mobile device and text the word LOVE to 26989 or go to our website, sfhumanesociety.org. Will you give the gift of a brighter future to the thousands of homeless animals in northern New Mexico and beyond? We leave you now with a glimpse of some of the thousands of animals who found new families this year. It's all because of donors like you. When you support your hometown shelter, we can then support animals, save lives, and spread compassion. From all of us at the Santa Fe Animal Shelter, thanks for joining us. Be well, be kind, be safe. And remember, please help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered.
Why don't we chase our dreams? In this moment we could be evermore, ever free. Take my hand, my heart, my life, I'll be yours. Time unwinds words and rhymes here.